Hey folks, it's Ridgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19. I'm just having a little whiz around a minute, because I'm looking for my front weight. Where did I leave it? I need said front weight so that I can get our fertilizer spinner onto the back of this tractor, and we can go and apply a bit of fertilizer to that field over there. And then, oh, hang on, did I leave it down over here? Yes, I did. I left it right there, just in front of the lime spreader. So we've got some horses. We bought those horses last time. We've put straw in for them. We've put water in for them. We've got our horses over here. We've got sheep up there, and we've got hundreds and hundreds of chickens. The chickens are doing well. They're doing well, but we still need to do a little bit more to them. One thing that is completely unrelated to this map, there could, well, I say could, there will be some fairly significant changes coming to this channel soon-ish. First and foremost is I'm going to be trying a whole load of new things with my voice and voice recording. At the moment, my voice is... I edit it down, but the way that my microphone works at the moment, it's not been that great. Hang on, I'm just trying. Why aren't you? Ah, there we go. I want to pull that one out. We want to get some more fertilizer out. The way that the microphone plugs into my computer, I was having some issues with it, and I've had to get a little like adapter thing, so that I can plug it into a USB port rather than into the computer itself, into the microphone jack. Now, it's worked, but this isn't an ideal situation to be in, right? I would rather it go into the microphone jack, because it does sound different, and it doesn't sound anywhere near as good. People told me this right from the start. You know, most people were sort of, you know, it was alright, but... Right, why aren't you... switched on properly? You should be. Is that not going to work now? You should do. It's been working previous. I'm not really sure what's going on there. But yeah, I'm looking at some other options so that I can try and sort out my microphone, because I'm not entirely happy with it. It doesn't sound that much different with these pre-recorded videos, but it doesn't sound right on the live streams that I've started doing. And the live streams are becoming more of a regular feature here on the channel, so I'm going to need to be changing it, which means that there will be some changes coming to these videos as well. So at the moment, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to be going about doing this. It may be that I'm not able to do a huge amount to it until I have managed to get myself a new computer, which, quite frankly, is not going to be for many months yet. That will be happening as well. Once that happens, then, yeah, that's quite a big task, and I may be shutting down all production for a week while I change over my computer and get all of the software and everything that I've currently got transferred over onto my new computer, along with all the games that I've got and everything else that I need to work through as well. It's there is a lot of stuff that I've got to work through in order to be able to get all of this to work properly. But that's going to be a little bit later on. Other big changes, there's, well, I can't really say very much more at the moment, but just be prepared for some significant alterations to how we're doing things, and I'm hoping that a lot of you will like how these changes are going to come about. In particular, like I said, with doing the live streams, the sound levels should be able to be sort of, I'm hoping, sorted out a bit more, because quite frankly at the moment I'm really not happy with the way they sound. Ooh, I need to press H if I want that one to go across there. It's coming across too distorted, and I'm not really happy with the way that it's going. So there are a few different things that I'm going to be working on for that, and we will deal with it. Anyway, it doesn't matter too much at the moment. The biggest significant thing that is coming to the channel is not like necessarily a change. I'm having a birthday. I'm having a birthday fairly soon, as in next week. It is, for me, the 4th of March. For you, it is currently the 5th of March. And in just over a week, I turn... Actually, how old do I turn? I turn 38. I will become 38 years old. On the 13th of March, it is my birthday. So, to celebrate my birthday, there is going to be a rather fantastic giveaway. For my birthday, I'm giving all of you a nice little treat. Now, not all of you will be able to benefit from this, but some of you will. And this has been very kindly donated to me by somebody who wishes to remain anonymous. But we will be giving away 3 copies of Farming Simulator 19. If you don't already have a copy, then keep watching. Well, watch next week at least. And you'll be in for a chance to win a copy of Farming Simulator 19. We're giving away 3 copies of the game. Actually, 3 of them. Right? It's not just 1. It's not 2. But we're giving away 3 of them, which is a significant number of copies. Now, it must be said that these will be Steam copies and not Giant's own ones. So you will need to have Steam, and you will be given a Steam key for the game. Alright, it works exactly the same way as the Giant's own one. I use the Giant's own version, but it will be a Steam version, so there will be some slight variations between your version and the Giant's own one, in particular with the way that updates work. You can't choose when you do updates on the Steam version. It's when it's rolled out. That's really is, I think, is about the only difference. And also, I don't know how DLCs work with the Steam version, whether you've got to buy a Steam version of DLC to go with your Steam version of the game. I actually have absolutely no idea on that front. But that's coming next week. I'm still not quite sure how I'm going to do the giveaway, whether it will be a completely separate video that will have the giveaway in it, or if we will tag it on to one of the weekly videos. There will be a separate video announcing the winners, but whether we do a separate video announcing the actual giveaway and what you need to do in order to win said copy of Farming Simulator, or one of the copies of Farming Simulator, I'm not really sure. So I will decide on that. You can always put some suggestions down below. I'll most likely do what I normally do, which is do a video, a separate video, announcing the giveaway, telling you to put a comment in the comment section down below. That's all you will have to do, is you'll have to put a comment in the comment section, and then I will go along and I will pick out a winner several days later. I'm not quite sure what day it'll be when I pick out the winner either. At the moment, a lot of these things are all up in the air at the moment. But it will be coming, and it will be happening, so I really hope that you're going to enjoy it, and you're going to benefit from it, and everybody is going to be happy, and it's all going to be wonderful. So that is for my birthday. I've got a live stream for Farming Simulator coming up this week. We are going to be going to most likely Marble Manor. It's still a little bit undecided, but unless something significant changes, I'll be doing Marble Manor on there. For those of you who don't know, there will be a multiplayer server coming soon to everybody who is on the Discord. That is where the password and so on will be. It'll be on the Discord. Now, if you aren't a member of the Discord, I'd strongly recommend you join it, because that'll be where the password and the name of the server and so on will be stored. You can message. I'm not going to just publish the details of it elsewhere. So you will need to come and join the Discord in order to get the details. If you really don't want to be part of Discord, if you don't have a Discord account, and you do still want to really have a look at the multiplayer server, you can message me, and we can see about getting you the password and so on. And the password and that isn't going to be changed around very much, so it should be, we should be able to work something out like that, I should think. But for the most part, it's preferable if you're on the Discord channel, so then you can get the you can get the server name and you can get the password, and you can be kept up to date with the rules for it and what mods are required and the schedules and everything else. I'm also planning on doing some live streaming on a multiplayer server. Now, it won't be the one that is generally being used. I came over here for our workshop. Our workshop's over there. It won't be the multiplayer server that is generally being used. When I do a live stream on a multiplayer server, that will be for... That's not going to be open to everybody. That is going to be... I will be doing the live stream with people who are in the Great Book of Names. Right? So if you want to appear in the live stream with me, you will need to be in the Great Book of Names to be able to do that. That is going to be one of the small stipulations with that one. And it's not going to hold you back a great deal. There are ways... We've talked about the Great Book of Names many times. There are a lot of ways for you to get into the Great Book of Names. You don't have to throw money at me. Throwing money at me does work. That is one way to do it, but there are plenty of other ways to get in here as well. Mostly being an active member of the community. In particular, being an active member of the community on YouTube, but also on the Discord channel as well. If you're active regularly on the Discord, you will earn a place in the Great Book of Names doing it through there. So there are ways to do it without having to spend any money at all, and that will always be the policy of this channel. And if you're in the Great Book of Names, you will... There are going to be some more perks coming for those of you who have earned your way into the Great Book of Names, besides doing this multiplayer server that we're getting set up. We're not quite sure when it's going to be launched yet. The server is now up. We've got the server is available, but we're doing some testing and sort of figuring out how we want things to work, that kind of thing. So it's going to be a little while before it's available for everybody to use. Now, I just want to pop into here a second, and I want to go down to the animals. So we're all good for chickens. We're all good for food in there. We're all good for food. Yes, that's all good. Grass and hay on the sheep, that's looking good. And then we've got horses. So we've got a little bit of oats there. They're fine. We've got 4 horses in this paddock right here. We've got Connor, Jordan, Gooseman X, Divansh, Mahajan. And then in this one here, we could do a bit more hay in this one. So Deuce MS... Zorta 777, Tonza, those 3 are on $37,000 at 75%. So we want 2 more days, and it takes them to 95%. That seems to be the ideal point to change them over. So 2 more days on those. Then we got 5 here. Charles, Ivelios, Jamie O'Connell, Nigel Pipe, and Miss Pelt. So really, we just want a little bit of hay for all of them. The pallets up this way... They're all looking good. We've got a... Oh, wait a minute. Great demand at the spinnery. Great demand. How much are we going to get if we go to the spinnery? I only just seen that one come up. 2,800. Right. Well, we're going to go and have a little visit to the spinnery a minute, but we'll just stop you right there. Before we go to the spinnery, we need to bring some more egg pallets back to the farm. So that's the first thing we'll do, is we go into there, and we go to pallets, and we want the reusable ones. I'm going to bring some more wool pallets back as well. I'm going to bring 3 more of them. I think 3, yeah, 10,000 litres. So we're with signs, and we want the 10,000 ones. We're going to buy that one. Says 1, okay, 2, and 3. Right, back out of there. Then the egg pallet reusable as well. This is the other one that I want. That gives us 9,600 on that one. And this one I want at least 12, I'd say 18 of these. I want lots. I'm not quite sure how many I've got. The problem with having 18 of these is that they take up a huge amount of space in the rest of our whole list, don't they? You know, the list of machinery that we own, I don't know how many that is. There's several. That is quite a few, actually. Right. In order to be able to get those loaded on properly, what I'm thinking is we want to shunt them all up. See, the wool pallets are slightly bigger down this end. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go and load a wool pallet. So we will take one of these right here. There, and we'll take you over, and we're going to load you onto the trailer. I should have taken 2. No, actually, that's all right. We can take the one, and we can do it like this. Because this trailer, whilst this trailer is absolutely wonderful, it's quite possibly one of the greatest trailers of all time, it doesn't allow us to... Oh no, I just want one pallet at the moment, so let's do that first. It doesn't allow us to pick up empty pallets anymore. And that is the only issue I've got with this trailer now, is that we can't pick up the empty pallets, which means that the empty ones we've still got to move around by hand. We've got the machinery at both ends to be able to do that, so it's not really a major issue. It's just getting it done. It takes a bit of time. Bring that over to here. I should bring that round a little bit, I think. There. Right, up a little bit. Because now what's going to happen is I'm going to shunt this one onto here. It's going to force the pallet onto my pallet forks, and it's just going to slide right off without any problems whatsoever. I got to be honest, I'm a little surprised it did that. I didn't think it would. We'll nudge this one up a bit like that. There. I'll nudge it a little bit over here as well. And this is the thing, is it doesn't like to... Oh, actually, if I... Should have thought of that to start with. I'll just put the forks like that. Right. Now we'll go into this one right into the middle, and we will take the 2 pallets at once. I hope. That is the plan. Take both of these pallets. There we go. Right. It's picked them both up. I haven't gone into them straight. That is the problem with looking at them from this angle, is you end up not going into things straight. Look at that. So I need to bring it in at this angle. In around there like that. Nope, see, it's still not right. Bring that into there. Right. There. Okay. I'm really pleased that we're getting this done today, because getting these empty pallets down to the farm has been on my to-do list for quite some time, and I would like to start working through that to-do list. I want to, if we can get all of these empty pallets back to the farm, that's going to go a long way towards getting a big chunk of our money. We've got wool that is starting to be produced quite regularly and at a reasonable rate. Plus, we've got the chickens, which are producing a huge number of eggs now. Go on a little bit further. Is that... There we go. Right, there's all of those. I didn't think that would actually stick onto those very well, but it seemed to. Isn't that right? I thought like the pallet fork would slide underneath and it would cause us problems, but it seems alright. Let's go around there. There we go. The one issue with this is that when you're using a forklift in real life and you go into the pallet, you can go into the pallet at an angle. You don't need to be dead straight on as you go into the pallet, and you correct as you're going into the pallets. And there's one thing that you can't do with the game, is you cannot correct. You've got to have your angle dead set on before the pallet forks touch the pallet, and this is something that I do struggle with a little bit, because I'm very much used to being able to correct as I go into the pallet. So, I mean, you don't need to do huge amounts of correction as you're going into the pallet, but it does help. It does make a significant difference as you're sort of going into it, and you can just do a little bit of correctional maneuvering as you're just doing that last little bit as you're going in there. There we go. Well, I mean, if we get that one lined up there, it's a lot easier like this. If I'm doing this on the time-lapse, I've got to do things quite a bit differently, as most of you are aware now. I know that not all of you watch a time-lapse. Time-lapse isn't for everybody. Some people really don't like it. It makes them feel quite queasy to watch it. But for those of you who do, like, handling pallets is rather a difficult task to do, because I can't keep moving the camera angle around. I've got to find something that sets it straight, and then I've got to leave it. So I've sort of got to get a camera angle like this and then not move it. And you'll notice, especially if I'm doing like bale handling or something like that, I'm frequently going into the bales at a slightly wrong angle. And that's because it's difficult to get it lined up off to the side like this. I mean, I do get there eventually, but it is difficult to get it lined up. So we'll just bring that one up a little bit. I'm hoping. There, that'll go into there. I'll just pull that one away. We've got 2 pallets there that have actually come apart quite nicely together, so that's good. And we'll bring this over this way. But yeah, that's one reason I try not to do too much bale handling on the time lapses, is because being at a slight angle, you do end up doing everything at a slight angle as well, like I've done right there. It's not brilliant, but they are on there. And it's not too bad, it's not too shabby, we should be alright with it. Let's bring that one on round again, and we get the next 2, so... okay. Dead stop there. We can fit at least 4 more pallets onto this load. No, that's not picking them up at all. Which way round is that? Is that too high? Is that too low? Is that just not in the right... it's just not in the right place. There we go. Ah, that's better. Right, lower you down like that. And then bring you back round like that. And we're away. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... I've got 8 pallets left after this. And... can I fit... oh, no, I don't. I can't, because I've already done, like, the 2. We might be able to. We might just be able to squeeze 8 pallets on. If we can put 2 sideways on along the back, we might be able to fit 8 pallets on. I think we might. It's going to be a bit of a squeeze, and it might be a bit messy when we come to doing the unloading at the other end. But I am hoping that this will work. So we'll go in behind it again. We'll get this loaded onto here. And... right, something that I would like to ask you all, because this is something that is being talked about, right? It's being considered. And I'm going to be asking this quite a bit over the next couple of weeks. So if you've already heard the comment, well, you won't have probably by the time with watching this video, because it's the first time I'm asking it. But I do want some input on this from everybody that watches the channel. So I'm going to be posting this very regularly, and I want you to talk about this in the comments. I want all views and opinions on this, because this is quite important. What do people think of me doing, if I'm able to make it work, more live streams on the channel? Now, the one thing that if I was to start doing more live streams on the channel, the recordings of the live streams, they would be posted on the channel. I would keep the recordings and we would post them. I will look into recording the live streams myself, and maybe splitting them up, breaking them up, and using those in place of some of the videos that I've got going up at the moment. But doing the live streams, possibly using them as the videos, but doing more live streams than I do right now. But what that will mean is, obviously, I'll be doing less of these pre-recorded videos. Now, I know that some of you really like these pre-recorded videos. You like being able to go back over and, you know, being able to watch them and so on. That if I'm doing more live streams, if live streams become more of a regular feature, then no. Just to answer the question before it's asked, it won't mean I'm going to be using a webcam. Alright, I'm ruling that one out right now. I don't have the setup for it, and it's just not going to happen. But if I was to start doing more live streams, is this something that you'd want to see? Are you a person who likes to watch live streams and likes to watch live stream replays after the fact? Or are you someone that prefers the format that we have right now, which is pre-recorded videos? You would have more input with live streams. I would still be doing some of the pre-recorded videos of the various different games that I play, but not all of them. Some of the games would sort of move and would lend themselves very well to being pretty much exclusively live streamed, so you wouldn't be getting the pre-recorded versions of them anymore. Others, there would be fewer videos, and yet others, it wouldn't really change them at all. So, Farming Simulator, the time-lapse, that's not going anywhere. I'm going to keep the time-lapse. I'll be staying at one a week if I was to start doing more live streams. However, I would be dropping one series a week of Farming Simulator. If I was to start doing a guaranteed live stream of Farming Simulator every week without any other alterations, then right, that one's definitely got to check. We've got to lift that one up a little bit, I think, like that. If I was to start doing a live stream every week of Farming Simulator and it was a guaranteed every week, then I would most likely stop doing one of the series. And well, obviously it'd either be the hardcore series or it would be this one. At the moment, I'm leaning mostly towards keeping the hardcore series as it is and replacing this one with a regular live stream series. But I don't know, maybe the other one, maybe doing the hardcore series would be a better one for live streaming. A couple hours, maybe 2.5 hours of live stream each week in a single session on that one, rather than me making up the videos each week. I mean, yeah, it would mean losing the weekly question on them, but I mean, I could still do the weekly question and figure out a way of us including that. But there we go. I should put them all on there. I'm surprised we got them there, but they did all fit. But yeah, this is at the moment, a remote possibility, okay? It's a remote possibility of me doing more streams and less pre-recorded videos. So I want your views and opinions. What do people think of this? Because some people like live streams and some people like watching replays of live streams later on, and other people really hate it. Some people just prefer the pre-recorded format like this because it's a little bit different. I'm not distracted, I'm not talking to other people as I play. Some games I don't like the idea of doing as a live stream. I like the idea of doing them as pre-recorded games. Just off the list of games that we play at the moment, and we have some regular interaction with, likes of Subnautica, that would stay as a pre-recorded game. I would not want to live stream Subnautica. And The Long Dark, survival type games like that, I don't like the idea of live streaming them. I like the idea of those being a pre-recorded set amount pre-made video, and I just prefer the idea of doing them like that rather than doing anything different with those. Whereas something like World of Warcraft, I think that would do very well with live streaming, especially as we now have quite a few people in our guild. So people from the guild, we could get together. You know, sometimes I could do stuff with the character that I'm leveling up, and then other times I could do stuff with live stream and have... Right, you stop there. Right. Okay, I need to go and get my... There, this one. Yeah, World of Warcraft, I think, does actually lend itself fairly well to being live streamed. I think we could do that one quite nicely as a live stream. A couple hours session, and if people know in advance, it could be more of a multiplayer experience, something that other people could come along and join in with. And but I'd still have the character that I'm leveling up. So sometimes we do multiplayer when I use my main character, and sometimes we would use I would continue with the leveling up story and just going through pretty much exactly what I'm doing right now, but doing it live rather than pre-recorded videos. I don't think there would be very much difference at all, but with that, in any way, shape or form, actually, I think that would work out quite nicely. What other games have we got? We got My Time at Porsche. I honestly think My Time at Porsche would do better as a pre-recorded video rather than trying to live stream that one. Again, partly because of the editing that I do on the My Time at Porsche videos, just altering the sound levels in the game, that sort of thing. I just think it would work better as a pre-recorded one rather than a live stream. But all of this would be sort of open to interpretation. Nothing is going to be set in stone on it. It's all ideas at the moment that are up in the air and are being discussed with a number of different people. Partly the admins and on Discord. Several of them have been suggesting that I should consider this change for quite some time now, because live streaming seems to be getting more and more popular. I know a lot of people really like live streaming, and up until now it's not really been an option for me. I mean, people have been asking me to do live streaming since I started this channel, and up until now really hasn't been much of an option because of the way that, you know, things that happen at home with me and Sen, and the way our life is, and things with our kids and so on. But it's getting to a point where we think we might be able to make this work. And if we can make this work, that I do more regular live streaming, I need to know if that's what you, the viewers, actually want. Are you going to want to see me doing this? Are you going to want me to be doing more live streams, which in turn would mean less pre-recorded videos? So get into the comment section and really hash this one out. I want to hear every view and opinion, no matter how big or small or how insignificant you think a particular view or opinion might be. I want to hear it. It's very important that I hear every view and opinion on this one. It really is. I really do want to know all views, all opinions. What do you think? Is this the single worst idea I have yet come up with on this channel out of a long list of bad ideas, or is this actually something that you would really like to see yourselves? Would you like the opportunity to be able to see me doing this more often? Yeah, at the moment we are live streaming every Friday evening, and people seem to like it. People also seem to like going back and watching the old streams as well, although at the moment all I'm doing is using the YouTube option of keeping the live stream, like just doing their replay option for it. I'm not doing anything extra. And I am considering recording the live stream and then doing... I wouldn't be doing very much editing to it, and unless I get some sort of third-party software, you wouldn't be able to see the live chat that's coming up with it in my videos. But I try to sort of cater to that anyway whenever I'm doing a live stream by reading out everybody's chats. If I'm answering a chat, I do try to read it out first. So I think that that would make a little bit of a difference. I don't know. I don't know. I want views and opinions. I want to hear what you all think of this. Is this a good idea? Is this a really terrible thing, and I should just never mention it again because, quite frankly, you think that it would completely and utterly destroy the channel? What do you think? Do you kind of like this idea? Do you really like the pre-recorded videos? Is that what you want to see more of? Well, honestly, you're not going to see more of them. Well, I say you're not going to see more of them. You're not going to see many more than there are at the moment. Well, you're not going to see any more per day than there are at the moment, but you may see slightly less, because if I was to start doing quite a few more live streams, which would be taking up time, you would definitely be getting less of the pre-recorded ones, because, you know, something's got to give. I can't, like, add any more into my schedule. So I'd be looking at a 2 videos per day instead of 3 videos per day, at least to start with, and we'd sort of see how that would go. And I think that would work. I think that could work quite well. 2 videos a day and some regular live streams is something that I could do. It's something that I could fit into the schedule, and it's probably... I'm not going to guarantee it yet. This is still, you know, we are talking about this. Myself and Senlayer, we're talking about this. We think that we could make this work with our home life as well. And that's the important part, and that's the bit that I need to stress now, is that that is the ultimate deciding factor on any of this, is whether or not we can make it work for our home life. If at any point, if I was to start doing it, and at any point I thought that it was not in the best interests of my children and my marriage, if I thought that, you know, either of those was going to suffer because of doing live streams as opposed to doing pre-recorded videos, I would instantly go back to doing pre-recorded videos. Right? The option I'm looking for is the one that is going to be, one, most appealing to you, the viewers. That's quite important. But two, the most important one, is what is going to be best for my children and my wife. And at the moment, both options seem good. Right? We've sort of reached a point where both options seem good, and we think we can make both options work. So now I'm just putting out feelers, and I want to see what you, the viewers, think of this. Is this something you think would be something you'd like? Is this a change you'd like to see? Or is this something that you don't particularly want to see and you'd like to keep things as they are? Or is it something you're genuinely not fussed about? You'd watch me whether, if I'm doing as live streams that you're watching after the fact, or as a pre-recorded video, you don't really mind which. I mean, my format of video, we all know that I don't heavily edit my videos. I make so many, I don't have time to do 3 hours of gameplay and then edit out a 20-minute video from it. My videos I've always done in a style of almost a live stream anyway, and I just do an hour of gameplay and edit out a 40 to 50 minute video from that. So we all know that this is my style of doing videos, and I have sort of dabbled with doing it slightly different ways in the past, and I know I've dabbled with doing it slightly different ways in the past. Some videos do get a little bit more editing than others, and those particular series would remain as pre-recorded videos. But more and more, in order to be able to fit in all the videos that I do these days with my upload schedule, it's pretty much, my pre-recorded videos are mostly in the style of live stream anyway. I'm just playing for an hour and I'm editing out a small chunk of it, but not very much really, am I? And that's the bit, because I'm now doing a lot of my videos like this anyway, and they are much more in the style of an actual live stream anyway, I figure that this is a good time to start talking about this and to start making inquiries with everybody here. What would you like to see? How would you like me to proceed? So, as I've always said, it's your vote, it's your game on the channel. It's kind of been one of our mottos, especially for, well, it has been for quite a while. We've often done things like that, but right now, this really is. You are the ones that are going to have the ultimate say on this. So I've talked about it today. I will probably bore you to tears by talking about this in just about every video that I produce this week, because this is something, like I said, that is very, very important to this channel and also to the future of this channel. So this might be the most significant, and I started at the beginning talking about some changes that are coming. This could be the most significant change, but at the moment this one is not set. Alright, this is a possibility, but not anything that is set. This is something that is being discussed, and we're looking at options for how we should proceed. And finally, one final thing on this whole do I live stream more or not is, how would you like me to live stream? I know that some people prefer seeing live streams over on Twitch. Others like the idea of having them here on YouTube. Now, I could do both. Well, I believe I can do both. As far as I know, I can actually do both. It would be difficult to do over a prolonged period of time, admittedly, but as far as I know, also, not only could I potentially do both, but I could live stream on Twitch and then upload record the videos at the same time as I'm live streaming and load the videos here onto YouTube, cut them up into hour-long slots and upload them with much the same upload schedule that I've got right now. That is another possibility. So something like that could happen. Is that something you want to see? Is this an idea that you think might be pretty good, or is that yet another bad version of an altogether bad idea? So, yeah, I think I've sort of covered most of the bases on this one. So, get into the comment section. Let us know what you think. Discuss. Tell me I'm a fool. Tell me this is a good idea. Tell me this is a bad idea. Tell me everything that you want to tell me related to this. And obviously, if you want your comment to stay there, then keep it clean. Because very occasionally I get people putting in comments that most people have learned by this point. But I do occasionally still get people come along and they'll put a comment in, which is absolutely fine. You know, I like the comments. Give me feedback. I can't alter anything if you don't give me feedback, whether it's good or bad. I can still work on the comments. But when there's curses put in there as well, unfortunately I've got to delete it because this needs to stay child-friendly. So if those curses start going in there, the comment will be deleted, regardless of whether it's a negative or a positive comment. Writing a negative comment and putting curses in it and having it deleted, and then sending me a message about how dare I quash your freedom of speech and other such nonsense. Yeah, you're just going to get blocked and ignored if you try that. I'm only saying this because somebody recently got themselves blocked and ignored. And honestly, it's not happened for quite a while. You know, it does happen from time to time, but that's the first time it's happened in like 6 weeks. I haven't had anybody get themselves blocked and ignored for at least 6 weeks. So it did sort of surprise me a little bit. I thought that maybe we'd sort of move beyond that, but there are, you know, I say move beyond that. There's always going to be new people turning up that don't like what I do and then get all upset when I delete their comment because they're swearing in it and so on and so forth. But if you want to have a view, if you want to express your opinions, express your opinions. You know I'm not going to block you for expressing your opinions. You can tell me you think this is the most ridiculous idea you've ever heard. You're not going to get blocked. You can tell me this idea is foolish. You can say you think I'm stupid because for even contemplating this. You're not going to get blocked. You only get blocked if you swear, right? Your comment gets deleted if you swear. That's what happens. Your comment gets deleted if you swear. If you are particularly rude and you do a lot of swearing and you're deliberately trying to bypass all the filters that we've got that YouTube have themselves and I have added in as well, if you're actively trying to bypass those so that you can swear on the channel, that'll get you blocked. That'll get you blocked very quickly. And no, I won't change my mind on it either, right? That's just not, no, don't. I strongly recommend that you don't try that because all that's going to happen is if you want to be able to comment in the future, you're not going to be able to. And it's that simple. If I've had reason to block a person, it's not going to be undone. And I'm only saying that because somebody was asking. And then I went and had a look. I keep notes as well, by the way. And I went and had a look. Why have I blocked this person? Oh, yes. There was that incident. No, I'm not going to be unblocking that particular person. I'm not going to give any details either. We don't need to go into details. There's no need for it. Let's just say that somebody really, really abused the chat, and they got themselves blocked, and now they want to come back to it and be able to talk again. And no, it's not happening. You spent a lot of time and energy trying to get round all of that, and so no, it's not happening. I keep all of the... Wow. Okay. These pallets are heavier than you'd think. Can I... It's not going to let me pick them up at all, is it? Might. It's absolutely not letting me pick these up. I didn't think that they were that heavy. They really are. I need them to slide back onto... If they slide back onto the pallet forks, we might be able to do this. I need to... There we go. Right. Spin round like that, and then move the pallet forks like that. There. Now I can pick them up a bit. That's all I need to do. Is bring them round like this. Now, we've got a great demand at the moment for wool. We've got 6 pallets here. All I need to be able to do is get these 6 pallets on here, like this. So I'm rambling a bit today. I'm more so than usual. I do apologise for that. I've sort of got a lot of stuff going on in my head, and I'm trying to not ramble too much. We've got one full pallet here, and then there's 2 part pallets. But we're being offered 2,800 for the wool, so I'd like to cash in on that if I can. So what I will do is I'll go around the other side. We'll load up these 2 pallets. I think we've got just enough time to do that. And then 1 pallet there. Actually, we'll get that one first. Let's go to you, and we go like that. Select pallets. Work mode on is you. Right there. Now, if I go near these pallets, there, we've got 1 pallet. That is all we've got. 1 single solitary pallet. So I will turn the work mode off, and I will unload onto the bed of the lorry. Like that. It's not unloaded. Oh, no, because it doesn't actually use my shortcut for some reason. Normally, Y, I've got a shortcut on my steering wheel. I press the shortcut button on my steering wheel to unload, or to load, to change seed on the seed drills, that sort of thing, and, you know, the shortcut works. But for some strange reason, that trailer, when I press the button that is the shortcut to Y, it doesn't allow me to use it when it's on this trailer. I don't quite know why. There's something to do, I'm guessing it's something to do with the coding, maybe it's something to do with the actual script itself. It's not recognizing anything other than keyboard inputs. There'll be something in there. It's not actually very significant in the slightest. It doesn't really make much difference. So we've got 3 pallets there. I've got a full pallet here of 10,000 litres of wool, plus I've got 1 pallet that is over halfway. And this is a weird thing with these pallets, right? Let's switch that one off. That one I know is over halfway full, right? Because the first litre puts in the first bale, and then until it reaches 1/4, it stays on the first bale. As soon as it's gone past 1 litre, litre over 1/4, it then goes to the second one. So once it's reached half full, will stay there. A litre over there, it goes to that one. So that could literally be half a pallet. This one here is not half a pallet. This is between 1/4 and a half. That one over there, that one's full. We know that one's full. It gets to, because it loaded up with the auto load, it will actually get, if you've got all 4 in there, it will still have 3/4. You could have just over 3/4 of a pallet and it looks full. So it's still sort of topping up that last little bit. That's the basic gist of how those work. So it can sometimes be a little bit confusing. You might think that right there we've got a full pallet, 3/4, and half a pallet, when in actual fact we could have half a pallet, a little 1/4 of a pallet, and then we know the other one is full. But it could, in theory, if it hadn't auto-loaded, just be 3/4 of a pallet. We could have 1.5 pallets here, or we could have 2 1/4 pallets. Anywhere between the two. We'll run this up here. There are 10,000 litres apiece, though. We're going to do fairly well with this. So we go racing up through here. We've got... Oh, no, I don't want to do that. I want to do this. $2,832 per 1,000 litres on these pallets anyway. So I will take the straps off there. And then we'll come up to here. Right, it goes to there. So what I got to do is I got to do that so that it starts selling the rest. And it's not doing it. Why aren't you doing it? That's it. I know it doesn't do it if the lorry is underneath the trailer, but it should do it for the rest of it. Does it need to come back a little bit? Let's try that there. Right, there we go. It's a fraction too high, I think, as well for the rest of it. So 43,000 on there. I'm not quite sure how much we got altogether on that. We put those straps back on, and we can find out because we can go to our finances over here. Monday, new vehicle leasing. Oh, today. That's what I want. And There we go. So it sold wool. Oh, it actually does it as sold wool now rather than just harvest income. $65,000 for that little bit. That's not bad at all. Anyway, I have run out of time for today's episode, so we will be back with this tomorrow. And we're going to... We've done the fertilizer. We've got the egg pallets here at long last. We've been waiting ages to do that. We've got bales to collect on our field over there. And we want to start fast-forwarding time. We need to generate more eggs. It's going to be one of our next things. We also want to get another chicken pen placed down and get that one done. I'd like to have a minimum of 10 chicken pens. That's what I want to work towards. We want to have 10 chicken pens here, and we want to see if we can make a huge profit out of chickens. It's looking more and more like we can. The only thing I really want now is the ability to auto-load with this trailer, or with one that we can do it with pallets, so that we can take the eggs and we can sell them, and then we can bring them back and we can auto-load the pallets onto the load points again. But I don't think we can do... We can't really do that at the moment. Anyway, we'll worry about that then. So, if you've enjoyed the episode, then please hit down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.